You didn't forget the flowers. The drone did. Real love means learning to let something go, like Flappy Bird. Under Armour Suits to blame for sluggish U.S. speed skating? What does a Comcast Time Warner romance mean for customers? And if all this love stuff makes you a bit passive-aggressive, you can always write the FCC a snark-induced letter. Natalia Jones with Petra Channels. For those believers out there, happy Valentine's Day. For everyone else, happy Friday. Need a break from all that flour and I don't need anyone but pizza posts? I've got you covered in this week's 5 and 5. Did you forget to send flowers? Miss that not-so-subtle Pinterest board about bouquets? Don't worry, I've got the perfect excuse for you. Blame it on the drone. The Federal Aviation Administration has put a stop to a beta testing program for Flowery Delivery Express in Michigan. The concept was to deliver flowers via unmanned robotic technology, but according to the FAA, this service is actually illegal. Commercial operations are only authorized on a case-by-case basis, you guys. And so far, the only operation that has met FAA standards is located in the Arctic. Oh well, you know what's honestly better than flowers? Stick with the robot theme. Get your Valentine some Daft Punk and an oversized fedora, Arby's style. Maybe get a side of curly fries too. V-Day emergency solved. Boom. You're welcome. Sometimes when you really love something, you have to learn to let it go. Who cares about being single on V-Day? A life without Flappy Bird is hitting some of you really hard. Creator and independent developer Nguyen Han Dong, 29 from Vietnam, suddenly removed the insanely popular game over the weekend despite its over 50 million downloads and a #1 slot on the charts. His reason? Even though the pipes are extremely reminiscent of Mario, he says it's not because of legal problems. He tweeted that the game has ruined his simple life and it upset him how people have become too addicted. The game is officially down, although many have started putting up devices with the downloaded game up on eBay. So there's always that. Plus, he's still getting paid, you guys. So his simple life isn't that bad. Last week, it was reported that the free game generates over $50,000 a day in ad revenue. All those lucky ones who have the game downloaded are still making dog money because the ads are still up. As always, love is bittersweet. Turns out maybe he was just doing what's best for all you Flappy Bird lovers by setting you free to find new games to become addicted to. P.S. If you're searching for new love, you could always try his other two games, Super Ball Juggling or Shuriken Block, which happens to be in the top 20 games on the App Store. Apparently, love is in the air for Comcast and Time Warner Cable. But is the union of the two biggest U.S. cable companies a match made in heaven for the rest of us? Listen, Kanye, your $1.25 million engagement ring and over $3 million proposal to Kim Kardashian may have been the biggest news in reality TV, but this $45 billion ComWarner deal is the greatest union of all time. Huh? The union means approximately 30 million subscribers and control of nearly a third of the pay TV market, not to mention more than half of triple play packages in the market, which includes video, internet, and voice telecom services. This is huge. If it survives, and we all know the success rate of TV marriages, Kim Kardashian, I'm looking at you, it is uncertain when this union will become official. But here's 5 ways this marriage could be awful for viewers. Number 1, this could mean the end of unlimited data at home. Currently, Time Warner Cable broadband customers don't have monthly data caps. However, Comcast do. Co-parenting issues. Number 2, Netflix will be slower. Comcast networks have already been sluggish with Netflix. While Netflix does have an Open Connect program for dedicated Netflix servers, it doesn't look like Comcast or Time Warner will want to participate. Number 3, less options on Netflix, Amazon, and Hulu. You know both TV companies would prefer subscribers to watch their programming. Doubt that's going to change, especially now that 2 parents are involved. Double rules. Number 4, now there are even less cable provider choices. And of course, number 5, higher prices. So maybe the U.S. hasn't been racking up the gold in the Olympics. But hey, it's not the competitors' fault, at least not in speed skating. Blame it on the Under Armour. According to 3 people familiar with the U.S. team, there is a major design flaw that is slowing skaters down. Apparently, vents on the rear of the seat, the bottom, which were put in place to allow heat to escape, are actually allowing air to enter. Sheesh, that's a drag I want nothing a part of. This wardrobe malfunction is keeping skaters a little more upright than usual, which means they can't reach maximum speed. Hey, we've still got some long track events, and Under Armour plans to move heaven and earth, if needed, to make the suits better. Several skaters have already sent their suits back for some rear panel, aka booty modifications. Talk about being in the hot seat. Cranky because you're single, feeling a little passive-aggressive over all those flower and single ladies social media posts? You know what is a fantastic idea for when you're feeling especially passive-aggressive? Put it in a letter. Today is the last day to tell the government you want phone calls banned on flights. U.S. airlines could soon allow passengers to make phone calls and use data connections while in the air. Over the past 60 days, all the FCC has really received so far is a small amount of responses, about 40, which mostly came from frequent flyers complaining how they'd hate to be stuck next to someone talking on the phone. Even if the FCC approves the new rules, the FAA will still have to give approval, and airlines will need to install the equipment needed to enable phone calls. Also, the Department of Transportation would get involved. Either way, if you're looking to give a piece of your mind or to write a lovely haiku for why you should be able to talk and fly, head on over to www.fcc.gov/complaints. Thanks for tuning in this week. That's all I've got time for in this week's 5 and 5. Hope you have a wonderful day, and remember, pizza solves everything. I'm Natalia Jones. I'll see you Monday with the Petra Minute. Be sure to check out our social media sites and send me some love at feedback@petra.com.